What's good, y'all? Welcome to the podcast with absolutely no fucking name. I have no idea what I'm gonna name it at all whatsoever. That was actually the first topic I wanted to talk about. If you have no idea how this started, I mainly have done some videos recently on like just the fuck shit that goes on Sports Talk TV because I find that shit hilarious. And some people that have been watching me for a long time, others that just kind of just found me, requested that I start my own podcast, and I never really thought about doing it, but why the fuck not? You know, it'd be fun. So the first thing that I was stuck on, because I've had this in mind and doing for about like 2-3 weeks, was what do I even call it? And I had no clue. I had one idea to call it like Shoot Your Shot, like the Shoot Your Shot podcast. I thought that was cool. I ran it by a couple people. They liked it too. It just rang familiar, but I don't know. I just wasn't sold on it. And honestly, most of the stuff that I do, I like to relate it back to New York because that's where I kind of grew up. And if you're from New York, you'll just understand what it means to, like, for a nigga to go to Smack City. When you say that boy's in Smack City, you know, like, he left, like, fourth period early, right? And then he just came back at lunch and his eyes dumb red. And you know what the fuck he missed class for, right? So that, you know that nigga's in Smack City for all of lunch. That means you just got dumb high, alright? For the people that don't know what I'm talking about. And that's actually one of my favorite things to do. That's really the only times that I'm really talkative, because if you smoke, you know for real that like if you smoke it with your friends, that's when you like, it's a good time to reason, communicate, just talk to your niggas, you feel me? So that's why the other name I came up with was Smack City, the Smack City podcast. I thought that shit is hilarious because you can tell it doesn't have to be related to basketball specifically, but we just talking as if we were high as fuck and just reasoning, you know what I mean? So that's why, to me, it's either Shoot Your Shot or Smack City. I think those two are cool. But y'all let me know if there's even another name you think I should call it. I'm open to a lot of things. That's the reason I started this. So before I get to the basketball, right, I just recently graduated with my associate's degree, right, in college. I'm transferring for my bachelor's next semester right away. If you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen my pictures or whatever. But yeah, I've been doing school and part-time. I work at the school as a tutor for, you know, the whole time that I've been there, and that's the whole time I've been doing YouTube, right? I have a story that you may have seen in the description of a video recently, or I posted about it on Twitter like almost right after it happened, right? The first topic that I wanted to get to was just to familiarize you with me and me with you, the person that's listening right now, right? If you have a girlfriend, right, do you know who she is when you're not around? Like, do you know what her persona is? Do you know how she acts towards, like, in general, towards the people she's around, you know? Because a lot of people, let's not just say girls, a lot of people act differently when they're not around their significant other, right? So I'm at work, right? And as I said, I work at my school. I'm a tutor. I'm a writing tutor. And this girl, I mainly read papers, but this girl, she wasn't from a class that she was writing papers. It was from, English is her second language, right? So I live in Miami, understandable. More than half the people here, they just only speak Spanish. I'm the minority here. Her class is mainly just learning grammar and practicing proper English, just, you know, developmental language course. And just throughout the semester, I'd see her. There was one time in my description I wrote about a story where she came for tutoring, and then afterwards I left. And as I'm about to go home, her class didn't start for like another 20 minutes. So she comes and walks me to my car. And by that time, I already know she got a boyfriend, right? She walks me to my car, and we sat in my car, and we talked for like 20 plus minutes. Like, now, you don't really just do shit like that when you're in a relationship, you feel me? Like, you don't. And now this time, I'm sitting down, just minding my business. The lab is pretty much empty because, you know, it's finals week. Nobody really needs as much help. And I just heard the door open, and the next thing I know, I felt a hand go around the back of my neck, and I look up, and it's her. And you know those sundresses that, like, they have, like, a slit in the side of it, and one leg is out? And then I know niggas in here, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about when the sundress get caught between the cheeks. Oh my god, nigga. And if it's worth knowing, this girl is Colombian. And in my time of being a lover of Hispanic women, I put Colombian and Cuban girls, like, that's top tier. Like, they're the number 1 and number 2 seed, depending on how you feel that day. And I practice not giving girls my attention. You know what I mean? You gotta practice this shit as a man, especially if you live in a place with a lot of good looking girls like Miami. You gotta learn how to not give them attention, you feel me? Because they will finesse that shit out of you, like, with ease, bro. You'll notice girls wear things like booty shorts or like short shorts with half their ass cheek out, right? Now, I've seen that before, but I didn't know that was just like so normal down here, you feel me? Like, that's kind of like she's feeling that way today, so she just put that on. Now, being here so long now, it's only been like 3 years, coming up on 4, yeah, about 4 years. I've conditioned myself to where I'm not even about to let you finesse my attention like that, you feel me? Because when you come out like that, you know what you did. And there's no way I'm gonna let you finesse my eyes, because I know you want me to look, so I'm not going to look.
Be like, stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
You gotta like think deeper than this shit, you feel me? Like, I'm gonna look, but I'm not gonna let you see me look, because then you saw that I noticed you, and then your ego just went up because you saw I noticed you. So I don't even want to see you see me notice you. The real niggas know what I'm talking about. Immediately just took all my attention from my eyes as I looked up, because I saw what she was wearing and everything. And she grabbed the back of my head and she ran her fingers through my hair, because I have like this little fuckboy swaggy P Nick Young mohawk. She ran her fingers through my hair, right? And then she turns my head with her hand and yanks my face up to give her a kiss on the cheek. And it's one of those like she got the saliva on her lips, you feel me? Like one of them wet ones, like your lips were very recently licked. So that shit is even extra personal, you feel me? And that was all just to say, oh hey, I might need your help to like study for my final. It wasn't that she even needed help right then. It was just like, yeah, I might need your help. Mind you, she said all this while she was massaging my shoulders. And I don't remember if I said like I was having a long day or something, but she just went out of her way to just put some fucking effort in her hands, and like that shit was feeling good as hell, man. So the moral of the story is, even though you might have a girlfriend, she might not be the same person she is around you that she is when she's not around you, bro. Some girls really just are that kind of flirtatious. Some of them kind of promiscuous. They're just like that attention, you know, and I play the role that I'm given, you feel me? If you've ever seen what I look like, I do kind of look like a cute fuckboy. And I'm just a boy toy to most of these girls, because it's like they can get attention from almost any other dude they want. But when they see me, I'm a boy toy, and I play the role that I'm given, you know? Sometimes I just do it for the fun of it. Other times, I just can't resist her, you feel me? But now that you've gotten some familiarity with me and what goes on with me, let's talk about some fucking sports, you feel me? So this is not exactly how I open up every single basketball conversation, right? But considering the week that LeBron James has had against his children, aka the Toronto Raptors, like, it's only right that we kick it off with the top 5 conversation, right? Now, just because it's the narrative that's being pushed. It's the narrative that's being pushed on every sports talk TV. Every time LeBron does some nice, great shit, you know, they want to get carried away. So let's talk about this. In my opinion, I want it in your comments too. Who is your top 5? You don't have to say exactly why for each player, but it gives you a sense of who you respect and why you respect them. For me personally, I'm saying Michael Jordan's number 1 still, yes. At number 2, I got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. At number 3, I have LeBron. At number 4, I have Magic. And at number 5, I'm gonna say Bill Russell. I think most people that don't have a LeBron bias can understand why Michael Jordan is still the GOAT. At number 2, I always put Kareem, because I feel like not many people put enough respect on Kareem, because he probably has had the most accomplished career of any player. It's not just always about rings, but all around MVPs, all-time leading scorer, all-star, like, he is the most accomplished player of all time. After that, then it's LeBron, because he's the best player of all time. And I'd still take LeBron. I'd draft LeBron over Kareem if I had to, but I'm still drafting Michael Jordan over LeBron. And then at number 4, Magic transcended the game in the 80s, probably saved the league, 5 rings, most all-around point guard you could possibly ever ask for, could play center, and Bill Russell's just the greatest winner of all time for number 5. So that's just me, and plus, like, I'm a history nerd. I like learning about what went on in early America from even the 1900s dating up to the probably like 80s. But I like especially around the 50s, 60s time period, and Bill Russell was very relevant in that time for more than just basketball. So I just have a preference to him for that. Now, if you really genuinely think LeBron James is the greatest, not just the best, the greatest basketball player of all time, my nigga, pass that shit right there, bro. I need some of that. And I'm not saying he can't be, but he's definitely not there yet. And I think people use the fact that he's still in such a prime of his greatness, doing great things. They try to like push it before it's still not even time. Because right now he's still not greater than Michael. But I mean, he is really on some next level shit right now in the playoffs. He is playing at all-time great level right now. I've never seen LeBron play so well Like, it's just consistent fucking excellence, yo. Like, you can't look at him play and say this nigga trash, you know? Like, Skip Bayless, he does a good job of doing it for the trolls, but you cannot look at what LeBron has been doing and not give him anything but props. You know, don't even add a but Michael. No, just give him straight props. Then add the but Michael if niggas want to be like, nah, LeBron's greater than Michael, which is what's happening. But I think that's a conversation that's still not even ready to be had. I don't think LeBron is going to beat the Warriors this year, assuming the Warriors beat the Rockets. I would not argue with somebody saying LeBron is the greatest player of all time if he becomes the all-time leading scorer. Because if he becomes, I want another ring or two too. But if he becomes the all-time leading scorer, that would mean that the all-time leading scorer in the NBA, his best skill wasn't even scoring, it was passing. And to me, that speaks like leagues, you know? So I wouldn't argue with somebody if that was the case. And I think that can be the case, but it's not the case yet. So y'all LeBron fans need to sit the fuck down, man. That shit is so annoying sometimes. Y'all make it hard to like him. And niggas who aren't really biased towards LeBron know what I mean. A LeBron stan makes it hard to like LeBron sometimes. It's just facts. After that, though, like I had mentioned, I don't think LeBron has a chance to beat the Warriors this year. But I wonder if the Rockets can. See, the thing about Houston, right? I want to see the Rockets win because I don't like the narrative that the Warriors are like this Egyptian god card, right? There's no reason that any team should ever be seen as untouchable in my eyes. That just defeats the competition in sports. So I actually hope the Rockets give them a challenge. But in reality, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Rockets lose in 5 at the same time. So it's quite a conundrum of sorts. And it's a conundrum on both sides because at the same time, the Rockets annoy the shit out of me, right? I know a couple people who agree, at least a couple friends that I know that agree with me. James Harden is like, he's a dickhead, right? Now here's why. Let me explain this to you real quick. Now, I fuck with the fact that Harden is one of the best players I've seen play, like, their whole career so far. He really be on some shit. But the way that he draws fouls, son, that shit just be aggravating me. It's like he found a glitch in the Matrix. Like, imagine Kareem's hook shot. Like, you just found a glitch and you just kept doing it over and over and over again. And Harden just found a way to get the refs to blow that fucking whistle. I don't know how, but he found a way and he's abusing that shit. So it's annoying to watch him play sometimes, but at the same time, I want competition because I don't really think the Cavs are competition right now. Unless LeBron really is just on some king shit and just keeps playing like this, and he keeps getting help because before he was getting no real help in that first round. As far as the conference finals on the East, like, I love the fact that that video that I uploaded aged so well. I uploaded a video called "Are the 76ers the most overrated team in sports?" And I did it somewhat at the perfect timing, but also at the worst timing. Because I did it purposely, I uploaded it purposely when they were on their winning streak coming out of the first round and everything. Like, when they were hot, because I'm like, of course, let me say the realistic side of the opinion when we're seeing the fantasy side of them just keep fucking winning. And it did alright. It could have did better though, looking back at it now, because now we're really seeing that they really were overrated as fuck. I don't want the heat, Philly fans. Not today. I'm in a good mood. But it's like, y'all were overrated to an extent, but y'all are going to be great. That is going to be a championship team in the future. Just this year was a bit early to jump the gun on, like, finals, you know what I mean? And then the Celtics just won't have enough firepower to deal with LeBron in the conference finals, in my opinion. I'm surprised that, like, there was this one time I was on Twitter, like, last year. It was an old meme of it said Al Horford scores 13 points and grabs 6 rebounds, Celtics fans, and then it showed like the Elmo with the fucking nuclear explosion going on in the background, and that's exactly how I always saw Al Horford. So it's fucking hilarious that he is now the reason that he's carrying. Al Horford is carrying the Celtics. Who would have thought that you could say that out loud one day and it would be facts? So yeah, but either way, I think they don't have enough star power to survive against LeBron, and then it will be LeBron versus whoever the fuck wins the Western Conference Finals. And if somehow the Rockets do upset the Warriors, think about the fact that the NBA Finals will come down to PJ Tucker trying to stop LeBron James. Can you fucking imagine? But that's about wraps up all the topics that I wanted to go through for this pilot episode of the podcast. Let me know y'all top 5. Let me know what names you'd want me to call it. And also let me know what else you'd want me to talk about. This is like a free space. I can just vent about whatever, talk about what y'all want to hear me talk about, topics related to you, relevant to us, the people that fuck with me. I appreciate y'all, man. So it's y'all the reason that pushed me to do this. So let's see what comes of it. And yeah.
I'm not like those other niggas that pursue you.